Kardashians. Kourtney Kardashian opens up about therapy and generational trauma. Says choosing bad partners, she said. She said choosing bad partners is generational. And in their case, they've inherited it from MJ, their grandma, Mary Jo. So Kourtney Kardashian is no stranger to drama, trauma, and public scrutiny, which is why she learned to prioritize her mental health, according to Kourtney. But as part of her journey, she also learned to understand and identify the source of trigger and flaws related to other women in her family. In the latest episode of The Kardashians, the expecting mother of three sat down with her own mother, that's Kris Jenner, and her sister, Khloe Kardashian, to discuss the importance of self-care, feminine energy, and how generational trauma affects their lineage. That's a deep conversation, if you ask me. Okay, so a conversation Kanye said, what about you need okay, so now Kourtney was talking to her mom, said she need a whole lot of controlling. Kourtney asked, are you ever curious about yourself? About why you are so controlling? You weren't like that when you were in your 20s, but also you had a husband who led the way, and now you lead the way. She continued, alluding that Jenna's relationship with boyfriend Corey Gamble, it doesn't exist. You can be back in your feminine energy whenever you desire. Kourtney, Kourtney never holds back to throw shade. She will always throw shade when it's necessary. All right. Though Kris Jenner, all of this, when Kourtney was saying all of this, Kris Jenner rejected Kourtney's claim, assuring that she is in heaven with Gamble. Kourtney maintained her stance, explaining that feminine energy is self-care, not overthinking, not overdoing. She also discussed the importance of therapy and how it helps her shift her thinking. He said, you know how True Thompson, I guess this she was referring to her sister, Kourtney, said, you know how True Thompson has eggs in her body right now? Kourtney said, she had them in her when she was in your body. She was inside of you when you were inside of mom. So, grandma, MJ's trauma, and Nana's trauma is inside of me and you, cause it was inside of mom. To the rest, you can catch up if you want to go watch the Kardashian, the program you will hear where they were having this conversation, if you really want to catch up with all of that. So in other words, Kourtney Kardashian is letting Khloe know that, look, this whole thing just didn't start just like that. Some of these things we have inherited it from our mom, Kris Jenner, and from grandma, Mary Jo, and other grandma, great grandmas, whatever in their lineage, that it has always been there, that this is something they inherited and they don't have to keep. They can work on it and try to do better. But at this point, some people are of the opinion that Kourtney holding this meeting, being the mental health advocate in their family and all of that, that it is quite funny, because Kourtney Kardashian is actually the one that drives a whole lot of the family members gaga. She drives them crazy. So the people don't even understand why Kourtney is the one that is trying to hold this meeting and try to call her mother and her sister's attention to this whole trauma and generational thing, that Kourtney needs to do better. Kourtney needs to understand that she is also part of the problem. Now, let us know in the comment section, what is your opinion? What do you think about this meeting that Kourtney Kardashian held with her mom and Khloe Kardashian? And just comment down below and let us know, do you agree that this whole thing is coming from the grandma? And some other people are of the opinion that Kourtney is always fond of blaming other people for problems, for her own problems and things that she might have contributed to. You all know that her relationships have not been fantastic, like her first husband, their whole drama and everything. Y'all saw that play out. But the fact that Kourtney is pointing out everything else, grandma to her mom to generational, this whole thing is generational. But Kourtney is not even owning up to anything. Some people are feeling like Kourtney will always blame everybody else but herself. So comment down below if you agree with the generational stuff that Kourtney is talking about, or do you just think Kourtney does not want to take responsibility for what she might have contributed to also. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and be updated.